Hey everyone, it's Rob Foglia and Jessica Klein with Foglia Properties at Keller Williams Realty here in Nashville. And we're going to talk today a little bit about a subject we're both very passionate about, and that's passive income and rental properties. Right, Jessica?
Oh yeah, I mean, this is like maybe even more than any other topic we've talked about. This is so important just to everybody on a personal level, I think. I mean, it's wealth building. Like it's the thing that's really gonna to push you to different levels in life and let you live that life by design that we always talk about.
Absolutely, you're 100% right. And one of the reasons we're doing this video today is because a week from today, on February 19th at 4 o'clock Central, we're going to be teaching a class that's all about real estate investing and passive income. This is to our database, our past clients, our contacts, our friends. Sorry, real estate agents. While we'd love to have you out there, it's more geared to our clients. And yet, if you do have interest in attending, y'all PM us. We're happy to get you the RSVP link so y'all can check it out. And we're going to just touch on two items that are pretty much at the foundation of why passive income and that path to passive income today. The first is straight out of Robert Kiyosaki's books. I can't remember if this is from. I think this is from Cash Flow Quadrant, but he also wrote Rich Dad Poor Dad. That's probably his most famous book that he's written. And it talks about how there's a path to money, and you have these four quadrants that you see on the screen. Jessica, do you want to explain them, or do you want me to explain them?
No, I think you probably have a better, you've gone through it a couple more times with people.
Absolutely. So it's pretty straightforward. What you see on the left side of the screen here, where it says active money or trading time for money, you have two ways that you can earn money on that side, on those two quadrants. E, as an employee, basically you're working for somebody else. S, as self-employed, meaning like you own a job. Your time is your money. At that point, you have both sides, both quadrants. Excuse me, right there. You have almost no leverage. You're very much capped on the potential of your wealth building based on how much time you put in to earn money. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I think a good way to describe that side is if you stop doing something, you'll stop making money. Like if you stop showing up every day, the money stops.
Well
That's a
said.
good way to decide, am I on the green side or the blue side?
Very well said, Jessica. I appreciate you adding that in there. And it's so important to think about that because there are different statistics out there, and please don't ask me to cite it. I don't remember where I saw it, and yet it may have been in one of Robert Kiyosaki's books. And he talks about how 95% of people are on the left side of these quadrants, meaning they're either employees or they're self-employed, which is okay because there can be some fantastically like high income earners on the left side. I mean, think about self-employed people. You might have a doctor who has his own practice. Their real estate agents are self-employed. You could have employees, pharmacists. Pharmacists are employees. That pharmacist who you see who fills your prescription at Walgreens. They're an employee, and yet they make fantastic income. For employees, and yet just like you said, you're trading time for money at that point. And if you stop working, the money stops coming in. And it's important to realize that to get to the right side of this equation, which is passive income, where it's basically your money's not dependent on your presence. And there's two ways that you can make that happen. One is by being a business owner. So meaning like, if our fellow real estate agent friends are watching this video, as a business owner, it means you have leverage. You have people who can help you, people that if you step away for a minute, your business continues to move forward. At that point, as you see on the screen here, you own a system, people work for you. And then on the bottom, you see as the investor side, where your money is working for you. Your money is almost producing more money, true passive income. To me, that's the highest form of potential wealth building because it's almost like it generates money in perpetuity. It continues to go and go and go, which is what makes it so important. That's why we're so passionate about rental properties more so than any other type of real estate investing, because that initial investment that you put in can become money month in and month out. That's profit every month. Is this making sense what I'm saying, Jessica?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, if anybody ever talks to us about investing, when you and I talk about investing, we're almost always talking about, buy and hold investment properties, which are passive and it gets you that investor section. If you're talking about flips, things like that, that's a very active role. So you're either self-employed where you're the one doing the work, or you're a business owner where you have contractors, project managers, and that keeps you in the B section. So yeah, this class that we're talking about and that we're kind of, leading towards is all about that I section, very passive, like mailbox money, if you want to call it that.
Well said, definitely well said. And I threw that statistic out before that they say 95% of people spend the vast majority of their time on the left side of these quadrants. Well, they also say that 95% of the world's wealth is on the right side of the quadrants, meaning it's being earned by business owners and by investors. And so all that said, it doesn't mean if you are an employee, maybe you're that pharmacist that I mentioned before, and you love being a pharmacist. That does not mean go quit your job and go do something else. But what that does mean is let's figure out a way for your money to work for you. And maybe it's becoming an investor in real estate. Maybe it's buying a business. I mean, that's not something we can help you with, but we'd be happy to maybe push you the right direction if that helps you grow your wealth. Regardless, that's what this is all about is helping you grow your wealth with real estate. One other thing that we wanted to share with you, and it's kind of a visual representation of how basically how long-term buy and hold rental real estate can really help you over time. This right here is showing that if you buy a property right, what the and you're paying down your debt and your equity is building up, how long term it's going to help. It's a fantastic representation, in my opinion, of what you experience owning a rental property. Because when you buy a home and you buy a rental property, say you're putting 20% down, that's this initial investment. Say you're buying it a little under market value. Like it's a little tough in our market today. Maybe getting it at market value is the win. Regardless, maybe you're getting it a little under market value. Maybe you've got about 10% equity in there. Maybe you've got about 70 to 80% of debt, meaning 70 to 80% of that property is mortgaged. That's how we start off. Long term, though, as the rent's coming in, as that renter is helping you pay down your debt, you still have your initial investment, but market values hopefully going up. I mean, historically, it goes up about 3 to 4% every year. We've seen it go up higher than that here in recent years. And yet, hopefully, we're seeing your equity build because your debt's being paid down as well. And over time, you can see the investments there, your equity's built up, and your debt is shrinking because we bought it right, we've paid it down, and now you're paying it off. It's almost making sense.
Yeah, and I love that you said, we bought it right, because that's really where the money is made in a situation like this. So at the beginning, you have to buy it in a way that sets you up to not spend any of your own money throughout this process. So every month you're making more than the mortgage is worth, more than that monthly debt, so that essentially you're holding this property for free and you're gaining this equity, which you can either cash out later or you can leverage later. And all of this, we can talk about so many opportunities that are created through this process in this class that we're doing on the 19th.
Absolutely. And you're right. Buying it right looks different to different people. And we always advise our clients to figure out what their investment criteria needs to look like for them, for their life that they want to live. Speaking just for myself as an investor, honestly, if it's market value and it's the right opportunity, I don't even mind paying market value as long as it's going to cash flow. And as long as every single month, like you said, it's profitable and I can experience passive income coming in, even if it's just $200 to $300 to $400, because I know putting that money aside, I'm going to be covered in case of a major issue, like say a mechanical failure or a tenant that ends up skimping out on us or whatever the case might be. And at the same time, I know those cases are also kind of fewer and farther between. I mean, knock on wood, I should only deal with a major mechanical failure once every 10 years or so. And hopefully if we're vetting our tenants right, we're not dealing with them skimping out. They're communicating and we're taking care of them the right way to where they don't want to just do wrong by us. Long story short, it allows us to achieve this. It allows us to go from having, say, a leveraged property to over time getting that property paid off.
Yep.
So if this stuff at all is exciting to you, I know it's exciting to me because it makes me realize the potential financial freedom that's available in our world. And it's something that I wish, honestly, we heard more about. Instead, I'm not at all going to get political, but we always hear about people want bailouts, people want aid, people want assistance, which I get sometimes we need. And yet at the same time, we have the ability to create our own financial freedom. This is just one example. There are other avenues, other industries that can help as well. But from real estate, this is a way that works. So we'd be honored to have you come out to our class. If you're interested, again, PM us. You can comment below as well, and we'd be happy to send you the link to RSVP. It's going to be on the 19th from 4 o'clock to 5:30 Central Time. If you've got something at 5 o'clock and you can't stay the whole time, that's cool. We'd still love to have you come out. Or if you're even going to show up late, that's okay too. We'd love to have you come out. That way it's through a virtual platform too, to keep everybody safe. So there's, if you're working from home too, maybe you can cut out work early and join our call at 4 o'clock next week. But appreciate y'all checking this video out. Anything I missed, Jessica, before we jet?
No, I think this is just such an important topic, and I really hope that we have some people join us. We already have a pretty good list of people. It's going to be a really fun class, and there's a lot of material too that you can take away and continue to learn afterwards. So yeah, please message us. I actually dropped the registration link in the comments down below. And remember, this is, as much as we love our agent partners, this is for non-agent, our non-agent network. So we're really excited to have everybody out, and yeah, thank you for watching.
Absolutely. So if y'all need anything, give us a shout. We're happy to help you. 615-591-5665. Email us, info@foliaproperties.com. And we're excited to help everybody grow their wealth with real estate.
Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Thanks, y'all. Bye.